do some more Deku Reacts. Today, we're out here looking at what I'm fairly certain is the very last Scratch Team tutorial on the main channel. Because I mean, I got the playlist pulled up and I'm looking at these things. And this play is 12 videos long. And this is going to be the 13th one. And then the 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's another one we missed. Bro, there's like 2 we missed in here. Anyways, we still have Pong Game to watch. So we're watching Pong Game today. Let's take a look. I don't know. So we're going to answer the question in the comments. Oh, you know we always do. We know we always do. All right.
Hi everyone, it's Zoe from the Scratch Team.
Hi Zoe!
Also known as Zinnia.
Hello Zinnia.
Today I wanted to show you how to make a Pong game in Scratch.
Pong game
This is a type of game where you have a paddle and you're trying to stop a certain object from hitting the bottom of the screen. And yeah, by the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to make your own game like this.
My own game, Zinnia? Really? All by myself?
And I'll show you how to add
I'll be able to do it? Goofy glasses girl?
More.
Wow,
Let's get started.
That's so cool.
So
why should talk like that?
The object that's going to be bouncing around in your game.
Huh.
You can just click this button that says choose a sprite and click choose.
Disregard that. What are you going to choose, Zinnia?
You can pick any object that you want. It could be a heart or a pufferfish or a star or
give the child
really
brain damage.
You can also pick a ball. I'll do that.
Okay,
and
boring,
let's
Zinnia, a
choose
little
a
boring.
backdrop. You can hover over this button that says choose a backdrop and click choose and pick absolutely anywhere that you would like your game to take place.
Zinnia, you should make it take place in the forest, so you're throwing a kid around in the forest.
And now, let's make this object move. In the motion category, you could drag out this block, move 10 steps, and
is that going to make it move 10 steps?
Yeah,
guys, I moved 10 steps. I moved 10 steps.
Let's see what happens if we put this block inside a forever loop. So I'll go to the control category and drag out a forever loop.
Okay.
And now, if I put the block in here, the ball just goes forward,
guys, when you use the forever and you put it in there, it does it forever.
So, to make it not get stuck on the wall, you can go to the motion category.
What are you going to do in the motion category,
If
Zinnia?
on edge, bounce. So
is that going to make a bounce if it hits the edge?
In the forever loop, the ball, when it hits the wall, it realizes, oh, I hit an edge, so it bounces. So we've got it bouncing back.
No shot.
But how can we make it bounce all over the screen? So
Zinnia, I don't even know. You're going to have to tell me.
In the motion category, there's this block, point in direction. And you can use it to set the direction that a sprite is pointing in.
Are you telling me?
And right now, the sprite is pointing in direction 90.
That it's going to move in a direction?
Straight this way. Let's try putting in another number, like 45. So now,
Zinnia, you're going to make my ball fly.
Is pointed at a 45-degree angle, and now it's really bouncing around everywhere.
Everywhere. It's going everywhere, Zinnia.
When green flag clicked block on top, so that
is that going to make it start with the green flag, Zinnia?
You can also try putting a different number in here, like 15. Bro. So now we've got our object bouncing around.
You're crazy.
Let's add a paddle. So you can click on choose a sprite again and pick any object you want.
Use Ben.
It will be
Who's
a little
Ben?
bit easier
Who's
if that
Ben?
object has a flat-ish top of some kind, but you can still pick anything. We also do have this paddle sprite.
No, that's boring, Zinnia. Use a child's severed head.
Let's make it so that when the player moves the mouse left and right,
I love when my balls get right down.
With it. How can we make the paddle go to a certain position between the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen?
I don't know, Zinnia. You're going to have to tell me.
Well, in Scratch, you might already know this, but
I don't.
This number
I'm
represents
retarded, Zinnia.
how far a sprite is from this side of the screen to that side.
Really?
And if you go to the motion category and drag out this block, set X, you can put in a number here, and that will control where the sprite goes.
No shot,
if you
Zinnia.
set X to 100, the sprite goes all the way over here. If you set it to 0, the sprite goes right into the middle. And if you set it to a negative number, like negative 100,
is it going to go to negative 100?
Over here.
No
now,
way.
We want the paddle to move left and right when the player moves the mouse left and right. And here's how
is it
gonna
follow the mouse but stay on the y-axis?
There's this block, mouse X. And this block will tell you what is the current X position of the player's mouse at that moment. So
I thought it measured its Y.
this block into the set X block. And now,
bro, Zinnia, this show's gonna make me pee.
The X of the paddle to be wherever the X of the mouse is.
No way, Zinnia.
To show you it, let's put it in a forever loop.
Zinnia, put it in a forever
I'll put that
loop.
Inside a forever loop. And I'll put a when green flag clicked block on top so that we can make it start by clicking the green flag. And there you go. When the player moves the mouse left and right, the paddle moves left and right with it, because
Zinnia, that's
we're always
crazy.
setting the X position of the paddle to be the X position of the mouse. Okay, nice.
So
we have the object bouncing around. We can move the paddle, but right now the object.
Bro, I got taught in my computer science class when I had one in high school. Obviously, they did a whole scratch unit, but I had this channel at the time, so I already knew how to do everything. They had me make like a rock, paper, scissors game.
Passes right through the paddle if we hit it. So
Zinnia goes through the paddle.
Bounces off the paddle. Here's how you can do that. Let's go to the control category and drag out an if block, because we want the object to bounce if it hits the paddle. So how can we tell if the object hit the paddle?
Cause Zinnia, I don't even know.
In the sensing category, there's this block.
Zinnia, how are you gonna do it?
One sprite is touching another sprite. So we can drag this block and click and choose paddle from the menu. And now, if the object connects with the paddle, what do we want it to do?
Zinnia, we need it to bounce.
Here. Well, we want it to bounce. And before there was that if on edge bounce block.
Zinnia, there better be one for us.
Paddle bounce block. But what is bouncing?
I don't know.
Basically turning in the opposite direction and then moving in that direction.
Zinnia, you better make it work, girl.
Here's what you can do. You could go to the motion category and pick out this turn block and have it turn 180 degrees, because 180 degrees is half of a circle. So if you
half
turn
a circle.
that many degrees, you'll go in the opposite direction from where you were going.
We need to go the
And
opposite
then,
way, Zinnia.
Let's have it move a bit in this new direction it's going. So you can drag out a move block.
Zinnia, I hear the car passing by your house.
15 steps, so the ball moves a little bit away from the paddle.
How's that gonna go away?
Now let's put a green flag block on top and see if it works. Okay, so I hit the ball with the paddle, but it didn't bounce. And here is why.
Zinnia, you forgot to forever loop. No.
We need to put this if block inside a forever loop so that the ball is always checking every second. Did I hit the paddle? Did I hit the paddle? Because right now, if it doesn't have a forever loop around it, when the green flag is clicked, it checks one time. Am I hitting the paddle?
Get to the point.
Nope. Okay. I don't need to do this code anymore. So let's put this inside a forever loop. And now, there we go. We can actually bounce the ball with the paddle. And one other little thing I'll add, I'm going to put a wait 0.5 seconds block in here after it moves, so that we'll have it wait and let it move away from the paddle a bit. Also, if you want to add some randomness to the way it bounces, you can go to the operators category and drag out this block, pick random.
No,
instead of having the ball turn 180 degrees every time,
it's lasagna, lasagna.
And now it'll be a little different each time it hits the wall. Okay, so we can hit the ball with the paddle, but nothing bad happens to us right now if we don't hit the ball and it just goes to the bottom of the screen.
There's no consequence for your actions.
If the ball hits the bottom.
No consequences for your actions sounds pretty family friendly. I won't be surprised if you actually go right on through with that and just make it completely family friendly and make it to the point where you can't die because everybody's a winner in Scratch's eyes.
You can drag it to the bottom of the screen. And now, let's make it so that if the ball ever touches this line that's under the paddle, then the game ends.
No, let's say but better video games, Zinnia.
Makes contact with whatever your object
gonna end
is.
So
fast.
I'll
pick ball from the menu. Have it stop all. There's this block in the control category, and that will stop everything in your game.
Zinnia, how will I know that I lost though? There's not a meticulous screen on the screen telling me that the game has in fact ended and that it does not in fact crash the game. It has in fact ended.
And let's test it out. So, if I'm playing the game and I don't manage to catch the ball, it stops the game. There we go. And you can restart it to try again. Now, let me show you how to add
zits.
multiple
What do I
variables to your
do?
game. And first, to do that, let's add a score. We can make
score?
a variable, and a variable in Scratch just keeps track of a certain number in your game. So we can name this variable score.
Zinnia, you capitalize that
Every
right
time
now.
the player hits the ball, let's change the score by 1. So they get a point. There we go. Pretty nice. And when the green flag is clicked, let's reset the score back to 0 every time you start the game again.
Let's do that.
Now, here's how you can add another level. After you set the score to 0, you can use this block and wait until the score is greater than, let's say, 5. So this block will make the project wait until this thing happens before it does the next block you put under it. And to make it go to another level, let's go to the next backdrop. And
you go levels.
You can add another backdrop to be where the second level is. You can have the second level be anywhere you want.
Go!
And now, when you get 5 points,
to the boardwalk?
It goes to the next backdrop, to the next level. And also, let's add a block up here and switch the backdrop to the first backdrop we want it to start at. So I'll switch it to boardwalk.
Zinnia, make up lightheaded.
And that will sort of set your beginning level. And yeah, there you go. That's how you can make a Pong game. There are so many things you could add to this.
You're gonna make me vomit,
and also,
pee, and cry.
The code for this project is in the description below, so you can always remix that if you want to. Yeah, I am so excited to see the games you make.
No, you're not,
see you next time.
Zinnia. You're not looking at them.
Scratch on.
Zinnia, we all know you're not doing anything with these projects that people are making. To answer the question, what's going to be the object in your game? Severed baby carcass. I think I spelled carcass right. Yeah, severed baby carcass. Football. Football. It's gonna be a football. It's gonna be a football. Well, it's just gonna be Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I'm gonna make my ball Sonic the Hedgehog. Cause Sonic the Hedgehog is really rad. I actually really like Sonic the Hedgehog, so I'm gonna do Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, I'm gonna do a football. I'm gonna do football. That's how Southern people talk, right? Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna leave the episode here. Thanks for watching. Like it because I had some fun. Give myself a little bit of a headache from yelling. But well, you want to subscribe to the channel if you join me, kind of help me a lot. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.